What's up, guys and girls? This is James Locking the Value talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. It is wonderful, guys. Just because some rich tit sends out a tweet does not mean it's not wonderful. I'm going to get into that in a second. Before I do, always update the spreadsheet. These are just the first 26 coins that I spoke about on YouTube that I thought would smash it in this bull market or in this bull cycle. If you'd invested $100 into each one, which would have cost you $2,600, you'd be in profit for $43,800. And that is when everything's down about 20% today as a result of Mr. Musk. We'll get into that in a sec. I'm only in a few of these now. The rest have been I sold out of all of these, or the majority of these positions, to put into cryptos that I know are going to do far better in this bull cycle. And that's exactly what I share on Copy My Crypto when I talk about the coins I'm in, why I'm in them, as well as just, how the market's going, what I think's about to happen. And if you're brand new to crypto, this simplifies everything for you because you can literally just copy my crypto. And I highly recommend you check it out. Link is in the description. Right, guys, let's get into it. So, look, Elon Musk, the man tweeted out that Tesla are no longer accepting Bitcoin for environmental reasons. He said he wanted something that produces, they're looking at accepting cryptocurrencies that produce less than 1% of the energy consumption of Bitcoin. And he tweeted that out, and then Bitcoin crashed like down to 45 grand at one point. And the whole market's tanked quite dramatically today, except for coins like Nano. Now, Nano is obviously a good payment option. I've spoken about Nano before, and Nano is trending. It's up about 50% today. And maybe people are thinking that might be a payment option for Tesla. But I mean, realistically, right? This man has an impact on the market. We can't argue that point. But he's done negative tweets about crypto before, about Bitcoin and Ethereum before. Do you remember him saying Bitcoin and Ethereum were overpriced, and they all tanked, and then they recovered dramatically? And interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if we find out, Tesla bought a bunch of Bitcoin in the last 24 hours. Because while they may not accept payments, doesn't mean they said that they wouldn't buy it. And I bet we're going to find out that he's bought it. And if he has, it's the epitome of market manipulation. And regardless it is, this has had an impact on tons of people. Anyone new to crypto, if you go through the Twitter feed of what he said, because there's so many people that bought into Doge off the back of all the crap that he's been saying. And if you're new to crypto, there's people that I know have sold their positions in a panic. This is not the time to do it. The bull cycle is not over. There has never been the amount of buying pressure on the market as there is this year. We've never had this many institutions buying crypto. Bitcoin and Ethereum doubling at one point its all-time, quadrupling. So its previous all-time high from like 3 years ago. The market is going to rebound. It won't be a matter of time before he starts saying some positive comment about pissing Doge or something. And I'm not worried about the market. I am pissed off. It's not nice to see a portfolio drop dramatically. I can cope with that though, because fundamentally I've cashed out positions throughout the last year or so as well, but I know the market's going to rebound. But we all have a right to be pissed off when he's playing with the market and a lot of people's livelihoods. And he's doing it off the back of cowering to this this pressure about climate change and whatnot, and the impact that Bitcoin's having. But you're not actually doing a reasonable comparison. If you compare Bitcoin to banking anyway, so this is actually quite a useful chart. Energy used. Now, Bitcoin mining produces a lot of energy. Nowhere close to banks. Nowhere close to banks. And it's. I think what's pissing a lot of people off, and certainly me, is the hypocrisy of it all. This double standard of, oh well, it's having such a negative impact on the environment. While you've cut down like an entire rainforest to produce another Tesla pissing factory. And at some point, his tweets aren't going to affect the market as much. It's inevitable, because the market is going to keep dramatically going up throughout this year. And when you've got major institutions buying and buying and buying, if he now all he does is tweet negatively, I think it would lose its impact. But because he's done so many positive tweets about crypto for the last year, every time he throws in a negative one, it has a major repercussions across the market. But it isn't. It's only going to affect you if you sell your position. If you sell your position because you're panicking, that's the wrong thing to do. You've got to remember, crypto moves so fast. When you see a 10% drop, check what that tick's doing before you sell anything, right? Because I know a lot of people will have sold panicking without actually looking at why it's happening. Because this is just a blip. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, but it's a nonsense thing. And I think that's I think most people in crypto are fed up with him now, because it's quite clear market manipulation. We saw it with Tesla, building up a nice little bulk of Bitcoin, selling it. Now he's tweeted something about Bitcoin. I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked to find out Tesla have bought Bitcoin. And remember, like, whatever he tweets, it doesn't change the fundamentals of crypto. Bitcoin's a store of value, and it will always be considered that because of its dwindling supply. So it will always be considered that. And Bitcoin does have to some higher energy usage than Ethereum, but Ethereum has higher energy usage than other cryptos, and it trickles down. That's an inevitability. And as technology improves, and as mechanism, whether it's proof of work and now proof of stake, those mechanisms are going to get better and better and better, and they're going to have less of an energy consumption. But however you feel about any of this, it's a rich guy playing with the market, and you don't take him seriously. He's not going to have an impact on the market forever. At the moment, he does, but it's a temporary thing. And he flip-flops anyway. We know he's done a few negative tweets. It's always done this year. The market's always done this when he's done it. And then the market bounces back. Bull cycle's nowhere close to over, but it presents an important point for anyone that's doing anything like leverage trading. Because if you're doing let's say a long, you're putting a long, a leverage long on Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything, and then he puts out a tweet, you're liquidated immediately. So you've got to be very, very careful. It's sort of this should serve as a reminder to anyone that's trying leverage trading. Don't, because unfortunately, the fundamentals of crypto are staggeringly positive, but external influences are still massive. Massive. And one rich tit is able to impact the market. And people, you've got to just be careful. Am I worried? No. Am I annoyed? Hell yeah. I think we're all sick of him. And I think that will remain the case for a while. But I'm sure anyone that's invested in Doge in the early days are very, very happy with him. So, but yeah, that's literally a market roundup. I'm just putting out. I just wanted to put a video and go. It's nonsense. It's a facade. It's a nonsense point that he's made, and honestly, the way he's sort of presenting it, it seems like he's sort of trying to position Tesla to look at accepting something like Dogecoin, and then Doge is going to have, and then maybe push that agenda and give Doge a second wind, maybe. But it doesn't mean Bitcoin's going to collapse. Doesn't mean any of these are going to collapse. Remember, Bitcoin dropped to 45 grand, and then institutions and everyone started buying at 45 grand and bounced it straight back up. But yeah, if you're pissed off, you should be. He's a tit. And that is it from me. That is absolutely it from me. He's a tit. He's playing with the market, and he's playing with a lot of people's lives. But you're only going to get wrecked if you sell. If you're in good coins and then you sell because of this, that's why you're going to get wrecked. Yeah, this is not over. This cycle is not over. And reminding yourself and being objective and being trying to be as unemotional as you can about the money. You can be emotional about him being a prick, but be unemotional about your investment, because you know if you're in good coins, if you're in VeChain or something like that, you're in a good coin. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to tank. So just remind yourself of that. But yeah, a frustrating day. A frustrating day when we were starting that upward trajectory, and he's just cut the legs out of it. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're not too angry about the market. Take care. As always, check out Copy My Crypto. If you are brand new to cryptocurrency, it is so easy for you to do. You can just copy my trades, copy my profits, and boys and girls, we are going to make some insane gains in this bull market. And God willing, Elon stops tweeting like a tit. That's it from me. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Bye-bye.